Okay, let's run through some numbers here on a $500 investment. Now, nothing lasts forever. It may last another week, and it may last another day, and it could last 12 months to 24 months. But just on daily compounding interest, just so you understand it, okay? Let's just say you put the principal of $500 into the investment. At 3% a day, at 1 year, include weekends, no additional deposits, May start date, let's say May the 3rd, 2022. Let's calculate it. Do I need to show it to you anymore in any direction? I know it's a little backwards, but that is $24,241,362.26. That's at 3% interest rate a day, and that's at May the 3rd of 2023 on a $500 investment. Okay, so May the 22nd, or May 2022, earnings would be $643. Let me get this where I can see it. Okay, total earnings would be $643, so your balance would be $1,143.96. June, your earnings would be $1,632.74. So that would make your total earnings $2,276.70. Balance of $2,776.70. July, okay, because it's compounded, $4,105.27. Total earnings, $6,441.97. Your balance is $9,941.97. This is your 4th month, okay? 4 months. You're going to be at $10,413.52. Total earnings, $10,655.40, with a balance of $17,355.40 in 4 months. Too good to be true? I got 500 that says I'm going to find out. 1,000 maybe. I mean, maybe I put in who knows what. But maybe it doesn't get to 24 million. Maybe it doesn't get to 255,000 in December. Pull your principal out, okay, after the 2nd month. All you got involved now is time. You understand what I'm saying? So if it doesn't go, so what? You got a little time involved in it. But what if it does? Are you gonna just be like, oh, it's too good to be true? Oh, that couldn't happen. Well, the way technology is, and the arbitrage system, how it works, I can't hardly pronounce it, but it's trading for you, it's mining for you, the crypto. Now, I didn't really want to run those numbers by a lot of people because I know most people are going to be like, there's no way that won't work, that's impossible, because I was taught to go to college, get a job, work 9 to 5, and that's how it was, and things like this are too good to be true. Well, maybe. I got a buddy that's sitting on quite a bit that says that he disagrees. I mean, why not try it? Throw $12. You gotta have $5 to mine. Throw $10. Throw $10 in it. I mean, is it a risk? It absolutely is a risk. Okay. Absolutely, it's a risk. I'm not a financial broker, advisor, My partner, neither one of us. This is our opinion. These are facts on the numbers of what could happen on the compounding at 3% a day. Okay? It doesn't take a huge investment. Don't put anything in there you're willing that you don't want to lose or you can't lose. What if it's $100? I mean, I can tell you plenty of wrong places I spent $100, okay? And I mean, I would think putting $100 in this compared to where I put $100 before, I would think that would be a lot smarter move than a lot of things. Put 300 in it, 500, whatever you're comfortable with. This right here is your weapon. This right here can make you tons of money, okay? You can agree, disagree. It can. It can help. I can get content out there so fast. It's unbelievable. We can brand our name. We can brand our company. We can brand ourselves. We can put things on YouTube to where if the right person sees it, it just takes us to another level. Like the content that I've created, you wouldn't believe that the relationship that I built with some of the folks that I know now, and the people that I'm able to put myself around, the podcast that I'm getting ready to be on. I'm not going to say it, I'm just going to do it. But everybody's got a story, but you know, my YouTube didn't come around because I didn't post every day. I posted when I didn't feel like it. I posted when people made fun of me. I posted when people said it wouldn't work. I posted when people laughed at me. They mocked me. I posted still every day. Every day. And I never look at the comments because the comments don't mean anything to me. I mean, if it's somebody's needing something in a positive light or needing help in something, well, yeah, but if you're looking for comments that are going to make you feel better, that's great and all, but what about when you get that one person that just talks negative about you? Well, then it's going to bring you down. I don't do it for the comments. I don't do it for the views. I don't do it for the subscriptions. I don't. And I do it because, first of all, I can put out free content and give back. I'll never make a dime off YouTube, ever. Not even when I've got 1 million views getting them that are seeing my posts, which will happen. I refuse to take a dime from YouTube. I won't ever use YouTube as a financial source. I won't have to. And my speaking engagements, I will always go to the schools and do those for free, and to churches for free. I'll get paid at other venues, but I will give back. So, another thing is mindset. And another thing that I think that a lot of people, I've had a few people ask me this. Well, Steve, what do you know because you haven't hit your financial freedom? You haven't had the financial success yet. So what have you accomplished? Why would anybody listen to you? That's very, very narrow-minded thinking. Because your personal life and your business life has to go hand in hand. If you can't get your personal life in the right place and in a good place, and you're not a good human being, I'm sorry, but your business life is going to fail. Am I perfect now? Absolutely not. Have I come a long way? Oh, absolutely. I've been able to fight off addictions. I've been able to fight depression. I was able to get my daughter back, build a relationship with her. I mean, I could go on about what I've accomplished myself and the goals that I set to accomplish. So, if people want to know what they can listen to me about, it is coming back from being homeless. I still fight addictions to this day. I'm not perfect, but I can also talk to people about it and let them know what not to do, not to go down this path I went down, not to count on or have to always be dependent on something, whether it's something from the doctor or whatever it may be. Okay? If I could keep somebody from doing that, I'm happy. And I'm just being as honest as I can be right now. And all I can be is myself. But I just get tired of people that just want to see the negative in anything. Because anybody that knows me knows that I beat the odds, okay? That's a fact. That is a fact, 100% truth, no doubt about it. So with that being said, I feel like it's my job to reach out to people now. Not just financially, because it's coming, okay? It's right around, it's right around the corner. And never been so grateful. I've never really questioned the timing on it, okay? Or I never questioned whether I was going to be able to do it. I always knew that there was more out there for me. I always knew that I could achieve more. But, you know, I've been through an experience lately that has taught me that, you know, I had planned on going, well, first of all, I can tell you that the last couple months, I've done something to where I can look back and say this: I couldn't have done a better job, harder, or worked any harder to accomplish what I was trying to accomplish for the first time in my life. I don't know what that's worth. I've gained more perspective than I've ever gained in my entire life. And I've learned a couple things. Sometimes the hardest and the saddest situations that you're going through is what's going to bring you light at the end of the day, to get to wherever you're going, to find that happiness and that greatness that you have inside yourself. And it's tough at times, because you can be in tough situations and not even understand how you're tough enough to be in them. Okay? It's how you look at it and how you see it. I mean, when you make things about other people than yourself, because this ordeal that I went through wasn't about me. It was about someone else. And I'm not going to get into it. Don't want to get into it. It's really nobody's business. But I can just tell you this: what I gained out of some of the hardest struggle, some of the hardest times in my life that I never thought that I could get through. Never did I think I was as tough as I am right now. And I don't mean physically fighting. I mean tough inside, that I know that I can grind it out. I know that I've seen someone just fight and fight like hell, okay? I'm talking someone tough. And when I say tough, absolutely fucking tough. And I just knew that if I could give 50% of that effort into my personal life, my family and I will definitely be financially independent. But not only that, I can build this lake that I'm going to, not just me, but there's a lot of people involved in this. I want to build a lake for kids that want to fish. I want to build a lake for kids that are disabled that want to fish. I believe that every kid that wants to fish should have that opportunity. I had it when I was a child, and I just know there's a lot of kids out there that don't, that want it, and I'm going to do everything I can to make that possible. With or without your opinions, or this or that, nothing will stop me. So it's taking chances, like I just showed you with this platform that we got. It's not believing in just us, or Nate, it's believing in yourself that you could do it, and the cause of why you want to do it. I've never been really super religious, but I got to tell you, the last 5 years, I probably got closer to God than I ever have. And I can tell you that I've been closer to God lately than I've ever in my entire life. And I read the Bible. I read scriptures. I try to get closer to God every day that I can. And, you know, there was a time where I thought it was kind of, you know, there's no God. I just didn't believe. And my life wasn't very good. It's just the truth. But I used to always think I had to be perfect for God to accept me in his life. And I'm not sitting here preaching, I'm just telling you my story. But once I feel like I let God in, and then, you know, lately the situation that I've been involved in, and I'm grateful, and I couldn't be more blessed to be a part of this, that it's truly more, there's no price tag that you could put on what I'm going to be able to walk away from this situation. It's a very, very sad situation. At the same time, though, it's changed my life. And I mean to a point to where I just feel like I can go for it. I'm going to go for it. My daughter and I won't go without. Not anymore. These investments we got, they're risky, okay? They're very risky. If you don't have the money to put in them, please don't. Because they could be gone tomorrow. I may get up and that money that I got could be gone. That's just part of it, okay? So I don't want anybody to get involved and then something happen and be like, oh, well, Puck is not guaranteeing anything. Nate is not guaranteeing anything. We're showing you our results, what we believe to be the truth, but we're not financial advisors. We're not attorneys, even though I've had to have a few attorneys before, believe it or not. I have, but we're not, okay? But what we are guys that are trying to help people, the people that need help. And it's not the fact that people just need help trying to recover from addictions or depression, but you know where most of it all comes from is finances. If you don't have the money and the means, it does a lot of things to you. It causes depression. It causes sadness. It causes bad health. And, you know, what if someone couldn't even pay for their own funeral? What if that? And you were in a position to where you could. Now, I'm not saying that's what position I'm in. I'm not. And nothing like that. I'm just saying for an example. What if you could? Or what if you could show that family what they could do to be able to pay for it? What if you could show that family what an extra $500 a month could do? And I'm not even talking network marketing. I don't even care about network marketing anymore. I was in that industry for a long time and I struggled at it. I stayed in it though. I didn't quit. Had decent success at it at times, and I failed more than I did succeed. So I mean, this is kind of running along, and if you stopped it, good, great, Deb, don't care. But if you're someone that's really wanting to hear a real talk right now about some real shit, this is it. Like I always say, you decide if you want to wake up and be in a good mood and be positive. Take 30 minutes out of your morning and just take it and sit down by yourself and think. Meditate, whatever they call it. I just call it getting my mind right. And just think about I just think about all kinds of things. My day, how grateful I am, how blessed I am. The fact that I can even fucking walk is a blessing. The fact that I can wake up and feel good is a blessing. That I have my health. Because I don't care what you think you're going through, somebody's got it worse than you. Period. There's some folks that's just been dealt a shitty hand all their life, okay? I've known some of them, you probably know some of them. And what I've learned from them folks and what I've learned from a best friend of mine is how to be a champion. How to fight for what I want. Not to be scared and not to look back and have any regrets. I mean, I've literally seen it with my own eyes. Someone just not give up. And I don't mean give up on their dreams. I don't mean give up on their relationship. This is shit that you can, I'm talking about not give up on life. Now, I don't know what kind of price tag you would ever put on that. But I can tell you this. Never in a million years did I think that I would ever be able to look back and say, I did the best I could for someone, and I feel I couldn't have done any more. Just to be there for someone. Someone that had been there for me for all my life. That had loved me when I didn't deserve to be loved. There was a friend of mine when I didn't deserve to have a friend. I mean, what do you do? Or what would you feel like if you didn't do something? And I've been blessed to be able to be in a position to where I was able to help. At times, I mean, maybe not helped as much as I thought I was, or at times, I've got down thinking that maybe I've made things harder. But at the end of the day, even on the roughest days, as long as you stay on the grind and stay in belief, it was a good day. Don't worry about yesterday. It's over with. You got a plan for tomorrow, but live for today. Because we're not guaranteed tomorrow. We're really not. I wasted my whole life chasing the wrong things, bad relationships, drugs, irresponsibility, not in my daughter's life. I mean, and it's sad because it's a 400 trillion one chance that your mom and daddy had sex and you were born. That's the odds. And we fucking act like that this life we got was just supposed to be given to us. Or this life owes us something. This life don't owe you shit. I've tried to cheat, steal, barter, everything to try to get by through life. Lie. Everything I've tried to do to make it easier to where I could make it. And none of it worked. To the point to where I lost my credibility, my reputation, who I even was, okay? But people can say whatever the fuck they want about me today, but nobody really knows me. Because I've learned to lead with kindness and compassion. Kindness and compassion. And for the first time in my life, I did something because I did it because I felt like it was the right thing to do. Not because I was expecting something, not because I wanted a reward. not because I wanted money, not because I wanted to make for somebody else. I mean, to prove somebody else wrong. The first time I solely have done something for the right reasons. And I could have gotten paid while I've been doing this, and I refused it. Could I have used it? Yeah, I could have. But that's not why I was here. Like, there's kind of controversy is, you have to be careful when you do things that you don't get caught up in the attaboys. Okay? And that's another reason why I didn't do it. Is for any of that. So, with that being said, I don't even really know how to say this, but let's just say my job is about over. And when it is, I'm at peace with what I've done and what I've been able to help one of my best friends with. And chances are, I don't go anywhere else but home when it's all said and done. Because see, I've already mourned, I've already grieved, and this has been going on for months. Okay? This has been going on for months. But it's all inside of your heart. Okay? Of what you believe you need or what you don't need in this life. I just believe when you make a decision, as long as it's your right decision in your heart, you make it. You know when you can handle things and you know when you can't. But I can promise you this. You can handle more than you ever fucking imagined you could handle. Period. And if it wasn't for the support, the people around me, I couldn't have done it. I've got a lot of people around me that love me, and that love my buddy. And do we argue sometimes? Absolutely, we do. All of us, because it's a tough time. How could you not? Right? How could you not? But what my point here is this. You're stronger than what you fucking think you are. You can accomplish more than you ever thought you could. You can fight harder than you ever know that you can. And you can love more than you ever thought you could. Don't live with regret. Don't look back and think, I wish I would have been a better father. I wish I would have went for it. I mean, all these things. Go volunteer at a nursing home and see what you come out of there with. Most people in there live with regret, okay? They really do. Now, so, I'm speaking from the heart here, so I'm pausing a little bit because I'm careful what to say and how to say it. But I'm trying to get a point across to people that don't worry about what anybody fucking says. You're going to be controversial. You're going to be like, this is a fact, and here's the deal. Somebody could put something about me on Facebook, and absolutely, if it's negative, people are going to take it and run with it. There'll be more comments, more posts about me than you've ever seen. somebody put something on there about me being kind and generous, do you know that it don't get a whole lot of hits? It really don't. And that's what's funny, and that's what you tell people. Most people do not want to see someone doing good things because they know they're not. Now, I'm not saying that I go around and I'm this great person, and I've always been this great person, and I do great things. That's not what I'm saying. I've done some great things with some great people around me, and couldn't have done it without them. But what I'm saying is, there's a lot of fucking assholes out there, okay? Go ahead and understand that. So, if people can't be excited or happy about reading some comments that have been posted about me lately, and I'll speak on them because, you know what, by God, I've had a bunch of negative shit put out there on me. My fault. I take full responsibility. But I also take full responsibility on how I've made people feel lately. For the first time in my life, I feel loved and wanted and welcome because of who I am today and for what I stand for. Period. I mean, I pretty much have two families, okay? I really do, and they're both nuts. Both of them, okay? They're all nuts, but I love them more today than I ever have, and you know, I've gained a lot of good friends too through this all. And I know this is running long, but I don't give a shit. This is just the truest form that probably I've ever spoke about, and the truest form of how I felt God's presence, and how I still go and just watch my buddy fight his ass off, thinking, man, I don't know how. I don't. Not only has it taught me this, one person has taught me this: to never give up, to be myself, because that's the person that he has loved since we were loving. Not to be afraid of anything and to go for it. Not to waste any more of my years, and to be Stevie Puckett. Don't lie about who I am. Don't lie about anything. Just be me. And so to hear one of your best friends to say that they see that again in me, what else could you want to take away? What else? As sad and as tough as this has been, it's also been a life-changing event for me. See, I probably, when this is said and done and when it's all over with, chances are I won't be at the services. And there's people that's going to see this that's probably going to shit that I just said that. But see, I believe this. Those services are great for the people that need to mourn, people that need to find peace with themselves, with what's going on, and people that just weren't capable of being around him like I was. I get it. But see, that's over for me. And I don't want any attaboys. That's not what I come here for, okay? That's not what I come here for. And so I'm careful about that. And to get caught up in that. So, regardless of anybody that dislikes my decision or doesn't, I don't care. Because I'm getting ready to go home and see my daughter. And what this has done for me has brought me closer to my family, his family, and I love them all more today than I ever did. Again, do we have our conflicts? You better believe we do. You better believe we do. Boy, I've taken some good ass eatings, okay? But I wouldn't have it any other way. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is perspective is everything. If you ever get an opportunity to truly put yourself into a situation that you don't think that you can get through it, you don't think that I wanted to quit and go home, that I've thought about it many a times. And so people do ask, well, how are, what do you do to handle it? You know what the difference is? It's not fucking about me. It's just not about me. I lost a best friend of mine a few months back, 6, 7, I don't know, Daryl Morris. Guy that loved me to just meant the world to me. And it looks like maybe I'm losing another one here real quick. 2 guys that loved me when I didn't deserve to be loved. 2 guys that believed in me when nobody else did. But 2 guys that definitely held me accountable for shit, know that. And they rode me pretty hard at times. And I would get aggravated, but you know what meant the world to me is they still loved me. As much as I didn't want to hear their shit, I just knew they loved me. And life's a crazy thing. I have felt selfish at times, feeling like, or felt bad, to see someone in the situation that they're in and knowing that it's taken my life into a better place. Yeah, I felt guilty for that. And you have to kind of learn how you deal with that. And that's what they would want, though. If I don't go achieve high things in life, if I don't become a high achiever, if I don't get these legs built, if I don't prosper, and if I don't make thousands of people feel like I have him, then my life has been a failure. If I don't treat people kind, and I don't lead with compassion and kindness and a good heart, and I don't make people feel special, and I don't make people feel loved, then nothing I've done here means shit. Because that's what's expected when I move to the next chapter of my life. And, I can't go back and change my past, and thank God, because it's made me who I am. People have always had a lot to say about me. I take full responsibility for that. But it's nice to know that people aren't saying much about me right now. Because, see, it's something positive that they may have to say. But to the people that have called me and said, hey, Steve, proud of you. that has meant something because it's people that I've loved for a long time. It's people in both sides of these families. People that I care about, opinion about me, okay? My sister, to be one of them. My dad, my mom, my daughter. I mean, his family, there's like mine. I call his mom, Mom. I call his dad, Dad. Call him Pops. Do we disagree a lot? We do. We do. But I love him because he's been a father figure to me all my life. Just because I do things that I disagree with, I probably do things that he disagrees with. I don't judge anybody, and they don't judge me. His sister's like my sister. I love them all the same. So, I'm not going to run this over an hour, but this is some important shit to hear. Because God put me in a situation that I never in my life thought that I could deal with. Never. And I didn't plan on going this deep into it. And or really, I'm just speaking from what I feel like I need to. But I can tell you I felt God's presence more than I've ever felt. I felt peace that I've never felt. I felt sadness and hurt that nobody, let me take that back. A lot of people can't understand. But see, I haven't lost a whole lot of people close to me. My grandmother, my grandfather. But within the last 6 to 8 months, I'm losing 2 people that truly loved me to death, that I grew up with. Didn't judge me. Now, they would tell me how they felt. And it wasn't in a manner that you would probably like to hear. But I have great memories, and so I'll leave it at this. Here's how I look at it. The years that I've got, let me hand this. Hey, was my britches down? Hang on. I gotta have a cigarette for this. It's not lit. If you don't want to wait for me to get it relit, I don't care. So with this being said, there's a lot of positive that you can take away. But the fact of the matter is, never think you're not tough enough. Never think you're not strong enough. And damn for sure, never listen to anybody that hasn't done it. Okay? I've learned lately, the more good things you do to make yourself feel better, the easier it is for you to build that success that you're looking for in your life. And I don't mean just financially. I mean showing my daughter more love. You know, if, I had a girlfriend, I would show her love. If they had kids, I would show them love. More love than I ever have probably shown anything. If they didn't have kids, it doesn't matter. I will love more now today than I ever have. Okay? I will be more kind than I've ever been. But nothing will stop me from getting to my goals. Nothing. Period. Because if it's one thing I know to be a fact, sometimes you got to go through the saddest, hardest, most difficult times to get to the other side. But without the bad days and the sad days, how would we know when they were great? How would we? We wouldn't. But whatever you think you're going through right now and you're complaining about, stop your complaining. Stop bitching about it, because it's not really shit unless it's something major like my boy's going through. You know, he said something to me, and he says this to me quite a bit. Puckett, why don't you ever complain just once? I want you to act like it bothers you when I ask you to do something. Now, by God, okay, just act like it bothers you. Well, I said I would, but the fact of the matter is I can walk. I can walk. So I don't complain. I'm grateful for it. And very blessed. So why do I wake up happy every day? It wasn't because of what I took away 24 years ago from what me and him had went through. Because I don't know really how much I did take away. I was grateful to have my health more than I ever was. But what I take away from this now, nobody will truly ever know, besides how you start seeing what quality of life I live. And it'll be a great one. You know, I have people tell me, well, Steve, don't tell people what you're going to do. I don't give a shit. This is what's in store for me. Okay? People get mad. Don't tell people you're going to be a millionaire. Well, I'm going to be. I don't give a shit whether you believe it or not. Here's what I will tell you for a fact. If you don't think if you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. How can it? I believe it. I know it to be a fact. I know it to be true. I've never had that feeling of truly knowing. It's just I know what to do at this point. And so, people that think you have to be shrewd in business or this or that, or cut corners like I used to, or overpromise, you don't. Lead with kindness and compassion. And I promise you, your life will be great. That's all I expect out of my daughter. That's all I expect out of her, is to be kind and compassionate. That's it. So with that being said, this is Run Forever. I didn't mean to talk this long. And we'll see who listens or who doesn't. The whole thing, what it maybe means to somebody. I hope that I can help somebody that's going through something. Because this isn't about me. It's about a story that I've got that's real. And I just want to thank everybody that's been involved in this. I love them all with all my heart. And it's been as hard on them as it has me. It's been as hard on me as it has them. It's been hard on my daughter for me not being in town. So it's been hard on a lot of us, but we made it. And we did it for the right reason. So at the end of the day, we all have the same goal at the end of the day. And that's what kept us all going. Because hell, we're pretty much all a little redneck around here, okay? I swear it. But I love these folks. These folks have loved me since I've been 11 years old. And I don't know what I would do without them. Every one of them. I'd love to name names, but I'm not going to out here. It's not my right to say the names on my channels, but they know who they are. They know what they've done for me. So let me leave it at this. Go after your dreams. Be positive when you wake up. Don't go around being a little bitch. Don't bitch and complain. Don't act like the fucking world owes you something. And go get what's yours. If there's a girl that you want to get with, or this or that, and you ain't, just go for it. If there's a job that you want and you're afraid to, just go for it. Don't look back. Whatever it is that you are hesitant on pulling the trigger on, fucking go for it. If you don't, you will live with regret. Period. I refuse not to tell people how I feel about them these days. I refuse. Maybe that pushes them away, maybe it don't care, don't give a shit, because I'll be damned if I'm not just going to be honest for once in my life, and as weird as that sounds, that's just how it is. I'm going for it. Regardless. I'm going to be me, myself, and just who I am. Like, I'll just make, so my boy Clemens and my boy Nathaniel, I made this video, right? But anyway, it was crazy, and I made this video and I sent it out, and they were like, oh, you've lost your mind, Bucket, you lost your mind. And I kind of thought maybe I had, but I went for it, okay? I just went for it, and I did something different that I thought would work. They knew I was going to do it, because they just know I'm that crazy. They weren't for sure if it was going to work, and I can tell you, Nathaniel, when I showed him the video, he took off in his wheelchair and couldn't even watch it. I mean, oh, it's just things like that. I mean, but did it work? I don't know yet. I don't know. I know that it hasn't hurt me yet, and, you know, who knows? But all I'm saying is always go for it. Just like with this investing deal. What if I lose? I've lost so many times along the way. What's another loss? And when you take losses like we're all getting ready to have, a loss in business doesn't fucking concern me. It doesn't hurt like I thought it once did. But what does matter to me these days is family, being kind again, and I always say it because it's the only way to live your life. Take it from someone who was a shitty person at one time. To the point to where no matter what I ever do, there will be people that will still tell you that I'm a shitty person, and I take full responsibility for it. I hate the fact that people won't do business with me probably because of who I used to be, and they're going to miss out. But that's on them. There are people that will never forgive me for some of the things that I did, and I'm okay with that because they probably shouldn't. But at least I take responsibility for everything. My daughter not being in my life, my fault. Losing everything, my fault. People not trusting me, my fault. Lying all the time, my fault. It was all my fault. But guess what else is my fault? Feeling good about myself lately. Making the right decisions. Being there for people before I will myself. Guess whose fault that is? That's mine. Things to be proud of. So, I didn't really want to get into the business aspect today. I just kind of wanted to get into some real talk about real things. And I'd love to hear people's comments. I don't even care. Keep the negative ones coming too, baby, because I love them. They don't bother me, okay? They do not bother me. People's opinion doesn't mean shit to me. Now, my business partner, my boys, my daughter, my family, they do. But anybody else, I could care less. And my dad, my Aunt Margaret, I could go on about, my grandpa, my Aunt Sherry, my mom, my sister, my nieces, they all mean something to me. But do things to make you feel good inside. Keep your word with people. Let people know how you feel, whether you think it's too soon or not. Just go with your heart. And if it don't work out, then it don't work out. But at least you don't look back and say, man, what if I would have just been laid it out? Do I consider myself someone that is a catch these days? More than ever. More than ever. Just because of the person that I am today and the past that I had. I always tell people, I was never abusive to girls. I was never physically, but verbally, yeah, I was. And if there was a charge that you could get for belittling somebody, I would have been charged for it. But, let's face it. The way that you live your life is the way that your personal life's going to be. If you're a drug dealer and you hang out with all them people and you're around a bunch of strippers all the time, how do you think your life's going to be when you're trying to have a normal life with somebody else? Not going to happen, okay? But I love everyone. The one that took the time to listen to this video, I hope you took something away from it. But don't let the sad and the depressing times get you down. Have the perspective to be able to see positive. If you don't, then you will struggle to find happiness. Happiness is right around the corner. And again, I say this. People that say money don't buy you happiness are fucking broke. I've never heard again a millionaire say, Steve, I just give all my millions away because I was unhappy. The closest thing to oxygen to me is money. Okay? That's it. You gotta have it. And people that say they don't, you're naive. You're naive as fuck. Okay? You really are. And that's what makes the world go around. Would you rather go work 40 hours away from your family? And if money's not important, then don't go to work today. If money's not important, don't go listen to that asshole GM that you got that's an asshole that just belittles you or whatever, however they treat you, or wherever you work at, that's going on at, whatever industry that may be. Why don't you just walk in today and say, I quit? Tell me money's not important. If it's not important, don't go work that 40-hour-a-week job. What we can offer you is a way to make income and passive income with technology that's right around the corner. We know what's coming. We are on top of it, bud. I have educated myself, and my partner knows a lot more than I do. And he definitely has got an insight somewhere to where he's able to get this information. And not only are we going to help you on this platform, but you have to get on this platform for us to show you or to tell you what coins to invest in, the ones that in the next 45 days are getting ready to skyrocket, that we believe will be better, bigger than Bitcoin and Ethereum both. But I'll leave a link below. Love everybody. Love everybody for the support that I've had while I've been here. I love the fights that I've had with everybody while I've been here. And I love everybody. I couldn't be where I'm at without all of y'all's help. My families, Dan's families. Man, I'm so grateful for all of you. And y'all mean the world to me. And with that being said, I love you. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't listen to the bullshit. Have the right perspective. And I'm done rambling. But this is the most sincere, from the heart video I've ever done in my entire life. And probably the most honest from the heart that I've ever done. But do understand this, I'm coming to get mine. Regardless. If you like it, if you don't like it, nobody can get in my way. Nobody can say shit to slow me down. It's my turn. Love you guys. Love my partner. Thanks, Nate, for believing in me. Clemens. I mean, I could just keep going on and on and on. But I'm chucking the deuces and I'm out.